Today we are going to make these lovely wrist warmers or fingerless gloves, whichever you prefer. This winter has been incredibly warm here in the southern Finland, so I wanted to make something light for this weather. This cable design has been made in an interesting way that you can use in many other projects as well. I'm using worsted weight yarn and a crochet hook 4mm. Let's start. I have a slip knot here, and at first we need 32 foundation double crochets. I prefer foundation double crochets to first chaining the 32 and then making double crochets on that, because that tends to be tighter. But if you prefer, you can use that too. So to start the foundation double crochets, you chain 3, yarn over, hook into the first of the 3 chains and yarn over through, and then a yarn over and just through 1. So this is the difference. With the foundation we're starting to make the chain on the left side and the double crochets on the right. Yarn over and through 2, and yarn over and through 2 like any double crochet. Yarn over, and now we start with this stitch we made here. Take both sides of the loop and pull yarn through them. Again yarn over and through 1, which means we are making the chain, and then a normal double crochet. I'm using American terms, so the double crochet in British terms is a treble. And so on, continue. Yarn over and then making the next stitch. Always just remember that first you pull just through 1 to create a chain and then the double crochet. So make 15 like this here. After the 15 we are making a loop so we can get started with this here. I have 15 here, and then we need to chain 6. There's 6, and then attach that to where the chain started. I am actually inserting the hook through 2 of the loops at the start, at the base, and a slip stitch just straight through. And then we continue until we get 32 of the foundation double crochets. Just continue straight from there, the same as before. Here's 32, and then join it to the start of the row using a slip stitch. And at this stage, try it on your hand. This is the wrong way around, but doesn't matter. Just so that you know the size. It should be tightish, but not impossibly tight. It still needs to stretch. If it's not, then make a few more or take some out. It won't actually matter that this loop won't be right in the middle, because the spot where we change from one row to the next will be on the palm side of the hand anyway, and it's the thumb that will decide that the design will be in the middle. Later, when finishing off, you need to pass the end of the yarn through this start here, otherwise you get a gap. And then we continue the round that is mainly ordinary double crochets. I'm starting by chaining 3, and then just 1 double crochet into every stitch until you get to where that loop is that we made. So just ordinary double crochets until the loop. Here we are, and then we need a larger loop round here, and that will be the same every round from now on. And that loop is 8 foundation single crochets. Chain 1, and again I'm taking the stitch from the base of here by inserting the hook through 2 loops here, and take a yarn over, again yarn over and through just one of these, and again yarn over and through both of these loops, and then repeat. Take both sides of the stitch we made and make a stitch there, yarn over and through one, so again chaining here on the left, and yarn over for the single crochet. There's 2, so you need 8. I'll make 1 more. There's 3, and then 5 more. Here I have 8, and then we continue the double crochets on the other side of that there loop. So just in the first one, and continue until the end of the round, a double crochet into every stitch. I'm at the end of the round here, and then close the round with a slip stitch and start another one, chaining 3 and double crochets until we get to those loops there in the middle. Now I'm there again, and then we do just the same as on the previous round. Chain 1 and start making 8 foundation single crochets. And then after that you just go back here and finish the round with double crochets. It looks like this here now, and then we'll continue until there are 12 rounds like this here, exactly with these loops here. But I'll check in here after I get about 7 or so done and show what we are going to do with these loops, because then it's easy also to try it on. At the moment it's too big because these are loose. So just continue like this here round. Here I have 7 rounds now, and then I could form those loops. So take the first loop and put the second one through it. You could use a crochet hook, but I find it's easiest by hand. And then again pull it through there. All of these. Like this, and then you could also just check to make sure that the size is still right, like that. And I'm undoing a couple of these from the top so that's easier to work on it, and then continue until you have 12. There are 12 rounds here now, and I have tied up all the loops. And after this round we are not making any more loops. Next we need to make the hole for the thumb. I'm starting a new round with the chaining 3 and then 2 double crochets. And then chain 6. And then we attach it to the other side of the thumb hole and skip 7. So we actually skip one more than the number of the chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th, and a double crochet there, and then continue double crochets. So here now we have the hole, and actually it's good now to try that on, pulling that longer so it doesn't go away, and I'm trying it on just to check that this here design is in the middle of your hand. If it's not, you may need to adjust how many stitches you have here before the thumb hole, before you make the chain. And then continue the double crochets. This is now the last one before those loops started, and there chain 2, and then continue on the other side of the loops. Make sure you take the very first one here. And then finish this round with double crochets. End of that round, and then we continue starting the round normally. And when you come to the chain stitches we made there, we need to have 1 double crochet in each of the chain stitches. Just 1 into each, like this. And then after you have done them all, then continue until you get there, like this here. And on this here round, we just forget about these here loops. We're not doing anything with them now. But when we are here, where we had the 2 chains, again there, a double crochet into each of the chains. And then you finish the round with double crochets just as all the other rounds. So I have the 2 double crochets there in the chains, and then continue till the end. That's this round done, and then 1 more round, and start normally like all the other rounds, and until you get to the spot above the loops. So I'm here now, and the next thing to do is attach the top loop to this round of double crochets. And I'm doing it so that I'm making a new double crochet at the same time as attaching it. So starting a double crochet with a yarn over, then inserting the hook through sort of the underside of the last loop there, and at the same time through the next double crochet of the previous round. So I have all this on the hook now, and then taking a yarn over and pulling through that as well as the loop, and then finishing off the double crochet. If this seems too difficult to do this way, then you can sew it also. Again, yarn over through the back of the loop and through the next double crochet, and then finishing off a double crochet like that. So that attached it here, and then finish off the round just with double crochets. And after you have done that, that's then finished. Just fasten off all yarn ends. Then start another one and work exactly the same way until you have the 12 rounds done, because we have to do the thumb part differently, otherwise you'll get 2 gloves for the same hand. Now the second one is here, where you need to make the hole for the thumb. When we put these against each other, we see that we'll need to crochet past this here cable design and then start that there hole. So start a new row just like normal and crochet until you get to the cable. Here, and then like in the other one, chain 2 to get past those there, the loops, and then before we start the chains for the thumb, we need 6 double crochets on the other side. So there's that there hole, and then we continue on the other side, and we need 6 here. And then chain 6, chain 6, and then skip 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and double crochet into the 8th one. So I skipped 7 there. And then just finish off the round. So now we have that hole for the thumb on the other side, on the opposite side, so it fits the other hand. And then you continue exactly as we did with the first one. So you have 2 more rounds to do, and just the same way as with the other one.